If you like this video, click like. If you want to continue to follow our adventure, hit subscribe. Your support would be greatly appreciated. Hello, Little House on the Road subscribers and followers. So, we're beginning to notice a routine, a pattern. A pattern. Yep. The title is in routine, but we're starting to notice a pattern. With every site that we go to, every different campsite we go to, we've noticed that we have to establish new routines. And what we were doing was we were fighting against what was happening around us because we wanted to keep our routine. Once we realized that that wasn't possible, that we had to be flexible enough to move around everything else that's going on around us, things got a little bit easier for us. And so when you start your adventure, recognize that just because this is the way you did it at this campsite may not be the way you have to do it at this campsite. And one of the big ones is internet. Now, being that we run a YouTube channel and we have to be on the internet regularly, we have to be. Internet's a big deal for us. But up until the last 3 weeks, we've had internet capability, whether it was spotty or what, we've had internet capability at every place that we've went to until 3 weeks ago, and then we didn't have it. So that meant what we had to drive. Well, okay, no big deal, fine, we'll get in a vehicle and drive. In Kentucky, we had to drive 7 miles one way, speed limit's 25 miles an hour at best, potholes galore, gravel road, curvy roads. Took us about 30 minutes to get there. At least it seemed like 30 minutes. It probably was 30 minutes though. And then we had to sit in the truck and upload our videos and reply to the good folks that are watching these videos. It was a real pain. Because then you had to get back, you'd have to hurry up and rush around to get supper done. You know, we go up there about 4:30ish. Take 2 hours to get to there, so we get back at 6:30. We got to cook. Before we left, we'd have to take a shower, so now we're rushing our showers so we can get up there in time. It was terrible. It just wasn't working, and we were getting mad and frustrated. Well, this was easy. We just had to rethink of what we were doing. Why not have supper about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock? When we're done with supper, we can get in the truck, go up to the internet site. And instead of taking a shower at 2:30, or getting the shower ready at 2:30, the shower can be taken when we get back. Not a big deal. Daylight until 9:30 in Kentucky. It was incredibly late with daylight. Another one would be bathrooms. Every campsite is a different situation with bathrooms. At Point Pleasant and Bynum there in Mississippi, running water bathrooms, private stalls with a sink in the stall. It was great. You know, I could clean the bathroom, be pretty I could rest assured pretty good that it was going to be clean when I had to use it again. Well, when we got to Kentucky, you know, there was I think the least amount of people that were there at one time was 6, which means the bathrooms are always being used. You have to, you know, wait your turn. There were privies. There was no running water in it. So a lot of times we had to use our compost toilet, which we didn't have to do for an entire month while we were in Mississippi. So you got to change that routine. Showers is another one. You know, yes, we use a shower tent. I don't know if you can see it behind me here. Probably not. It's just out of camera range. I'll put a picture of the shower tent. You know, in Kentucky, it was very private. A little spot. We put the shower tent behind the camper. Nobody could see that we were taking a shower. Nobody even paid attention. But here, it's kind of out in the open. So if there are people around, you don't really want to take a shower when, at least I don't feel comfortable taking a shower when everybody knows that's what you're doing inside that tent. So it's better here to do it early, I don't know, 10 o'clock, versus 6 o'clock in Kentucky, versus 2:30 in Mississippi. Even our walks, we take daily walks or hikes or whatever you want to call it, differ. It was interesting that we caught on to this one. When we were in Mississippi, we walked the beach. Well, you know, we'd walk a mile and have to turn around and come back because there was no more beach to walk. So we'd do that 2 times a day, sometimes 3 times a day. But when we got to Kentucky, there was a lot of walking room, a lot. So we would take sometimes 4 or 5 hour walks, 1 walk a day. So even the walks change a little bit. Generator use. Of course, you know, every campsite has a curfew. Well, most campsites have a curfew, I should say. But I'm worried about respecting the other campers. As long as everybody's respecting my quiet times, I would be happy to respect theirs. So I don't jump out at 6 o'clock in the morning and start the generator. As a matter of fact, when I got to Kentucky, I would wait until about 9 o'clock in the morning. Because what I noticed was everybody was staying up late. Even though they were being quiet, they were staying up late and sleeping later than what I was accustomed. Same thing here. This morning there was just a couple here that probably didn't get out of bed until 8 o'clock. So of course you don't want to run the generator then. So what I've noticed is I started about 9 o'clock, running for a couple hours. Then maybe in the afternoon I'll run at about 5 o'clock if I'm here, but only for a couple hours. So that way I'm not interrupting everybody else. Now, that being said, you have to watch your battery consumption also, because when the routine changed, all of a sudden the battery was, I was getting a lot lower on the battery because I was waiting longer. So you got to be prepared to adjust all that. To adapt to the environment in Kentucky, I like to get up pretty early. So in Kentucky though, everybody was staying up really late and getting up really late. Well, when I get up at 6, I wouldn't be able to do much because I didn't want to make noise and wake everybody else up. So what I actually got into a routine in Kentucky where I was staying up to midnight and sleeping until about 8. So even my sleeping routine, which that is very unusual for me, changed just to accommodate the site. So when you're out on your adventure, be aware that if you're fighting the environment around you, trying to get your chores done every day, your routine has changed. And you need to adapt to make yourself happier so you're not stressed all the time. When am I going to be able to run the generator? When can I take a shower? When can I go to use the internet? You do get kind of frustrated. So be aware of it and adapt. I hope the information was useful to you. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you liked the video. Happy travels.